Thank you, Mr. Kubilius, for an inspiring speech. You had so much elements. I'm always very critical, not always, but most of the time very critical for the European Commission. I think that the European Union is a wonderful project, and Belgium is one of the founding fathers, like we are, of NATO. But there's too much bureaucracy in European Commission. A lot of rules and regulations that are unnecessary for me. But first time I met Mr. Kubilius, I saw a very pragmatic man with a lot of experience, coming from the east, from the Baltics, the east of Europe, and knowing what Russia can do and the danger that comes from Moscow. And he's a very pragmatic man. Today he launched D-Day. I'm very happy, and I'll wait for D-Day on Thursday, Delivery Day, where we see the defense agileness of European Commission again, I hope. You can count on Belgium, you can count on me, you can count on my Prime Minister, because we really need to act and act fast. So, Mr. Kubilius, all support. Ladies and gentlemen, as a Belgian Minister of Defense, I want to share my views on the importance of rapid technological development for European resilience and what we must do to foster it. But first a sobering fact. Russia has placed its entire economy on a war footing. Old factories have been revived, new industrial facilities created. In Alabuga, Tatarstan, thousands of workers produce an improved version of the Iranian Shahed drone, the Geran 2. This year alone, that plant will deliver around 40,000 Geran 2s and 24,000 decoy drones. The Putin regime has mobilized the whole Russian economy for war. Its military-industrial complex mimics that of the Soviet Union. It is centralized, command-driven, and under full state control. At its apex sits Sergei Chemesov, head of Rostec, a massive state-owned conglomerate covering most of Russia's defense industries. He is not an industrialist, but an apparatchik, a product of the FSB, the Siloviki, the strong men as we know them. They took pretty much over all the Soviet Union, of all Russian Federation. When you hear about somebody, an entrepreneur, being died because of the low windows in Russia, it's because an FSB agent and a friend of Putin needs to take the place. That's a very interesting model. This model enables quick decisions and production at scale, but it is inefficient. Contracts follow political priorities rather than market logic. It allows not real accountability, nor space for independent innovation. It can produce volume, but not creativity. It copies, but does not innovate. It may appear formidable, yet it is brittle. It will always be one step behind. Dear guests, now look at Ukraine. Under constant bombardment, it has created a vibrant ecosystem of small bottom-up enterprises. Teams of engineers and IT specialists in underground garages are developing drones and electronic warfare tools. These startups thrive because they can operate in a country that embraces free entrepreneurship. Their strength lies in ingenuity and adaptability in Ukraine. Necessity has become the mother of innovation. The results are no less than spectacular. Ukrainian startups were the first to develop and mass-produce FPV drones for military use. They amaze the world with their naval drones, and they are pioneering in drone swarming technology, integrating AI for guidance and target recognition. These innovations were developed rapidly, with cost-efficient production in mind. They show the clear advantage of an open, decentralized industrial landscape over a rigid state-run system. Ladies and gentlemen, now where does Europe stand? The EU defense industry consists of a few very important big corporate players. And when I see all the boarding, I think they're all pretty much here. Welcome. These are essential for producing complex weapon systems at scale. Europe can increase their potential if we manage to link this industrial base to the creativity of our countless SMEs and startups. That would allow us not only to replicate Ukraine's success, but even to surpass it. Many positive steps have already been taken, such as the creation of the European Defence Fund with its strong R&D focus. But several more is necessary. I identify 4. Number 1, we must overcome the hesitation in governments and universities toward funding dual-use research. In Belgium, an existing ban on public funding for such R&D has now been abolished. Governments now actively fund research into technologies with military applications. This is not warmongering. It is investing in peace, sovereignty, and security. Number 2, the same hesitation persists in the financial sector. For years, well-intentioned ESG criteria discouraged banks, pension funds, and investors from financing defense and dual-use industries. That was naive and costly. If Europe wants to defend itself, we must free up investment capital for SMEs working on critical technologies. I am pleased that today's program includes a panel on this issue with Mr. De Groot of the European Investment Bank. Mr. De Groot, where are you? You're here somewhere? Not already? Not here, no. He's coming. He's a pretty inspiring man. Supporting such firms is not unethical. It is one of the most ethical investments Europeans can make in today's security environment. Number 3, we need fast-track procurement channels to help new players turn prototypes into operational systems. Current procedures are too slow and risk-averse. Ukraine's success shows the power of rapid prototyping and deployments. Not every experiment will succeed, but the cost of caution is greater. Small, quick procurements with short evaluation cycles can balance innovation with accountability. Not every military project needs to be a multi-year mega contract. That's why I welcome the Defence Omnibus, Mr. Kubilius. And finally, number 4, diversifying supply chains is vital. The large firms that dominate the market should be encouraged to subcontract components to SMEs across different member states. Governments must resist the temptation to keep production entirely domestic. The EU should champion cross-border participation, allowing SMEs to contribute without being buried under bureaucracy. This diversity strengthens resilience and reduces vulnerability in times of crisis. And I say this, of course, as a Belgian defense minister. Belgium is not the biggest country of Europe. We have a strong economy. We're a founding father, but we have a lot of smaller companies. The biggest companies are not from Belgium. But that's why I also say it. We can contribute, we can help, we can innovate, and we are very creative. So I hope that the big companies of Europe always keep that in mind and champion cross-border participation, with also under the influence and under the support of the European Commission. That's very important for my country. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not need to mimic Russia's war economy to be secure. Europe's strength lies in its openness, creativity, and entrepreneurial shift and spirit. By unlocking the potential of our innovators, empowering SMEs, freeing the flow of capital, and integrating dual-use startups into major supply chains, we will ensure that Europe stays ahead. Our advantage over the authoritarian states that challenge us will not come from matching shell for shell or drone for drone, but from something they cannot replicate: the creativity of free people in free societies. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Francken. It's great to hear that Europe can count on you.